Christmas. But the story of this remarkable aeroplane isn't quite over yet. A Lincolnshire man has just bought one to be housed in an air museum, but like aviators of old, he has to wait for the right conditions before his plane can make its last flight.
Now that the era of the Vulcan bomber is over, 8 of the magnificent flying machines are bound for private museums all over Britain. Today at RAF Waddington, the 4th of the Vulcans to leave for their final resting places took off for the East Midlands Airport, where it will be housed in the Loughborough and Leicester Air Museum. Looking on with admiration and no little jealousy, a Lincolnshire man who can only take possession of his Vulcan, which he's bought for £5,000, when the wind comes from the east. Stuart Stephenson, Lincoln-based insurance broker, has been an aero fan since he was a boy, and already he owns a Shackleton and a Hastings, which he has placed on permanent loan at the Newark Air Museum. Stuart, you've just seen the Vulcan you're eventually going to own. What do you think of it?
Well, isn't it a big aeroplane? I've not had a chance to introduce myself to it yet, but it is magnificent.
You already own a Shackleton and a Hastings. What does it mean to you to own a Vulcan?
Well, I think it's part of Lincolnshire's heritage, really, and somebody's got to be mad enough to buy these things, so I got the opportunity and the result stands behind me.
What will you get for your money? Will there be any instrument panels left in it, for instance?
It will be reasonably complete. The newspapers have said it won't have engines in it, but in fact it will. It's going to be fairly complete, but various pieces will be taken out for security reasons, as far as I understand.
You're having to wait a long time to take possession of it. Why is that?
We have a runway that runs from east to west, and at the easterly end there are high-tension cables, which means the pilot has to land from the west. And to land from the west, we need a strong easterly wind. So we're in the lap of the gods, and we're awaiting a strong easterly wind.
When it's at the museum, what will you do? Go around every Saturday to look at it, or...?
Well, no, I shan't go and pat it every weekend, as some people would imagine, but it's there for all to see, and I shall go and visit it from time to time.
built by Lincoln insurance broker Stuart Stephenson, today finally reached its last resting place, the Newark Air Museum. But the aircraft, piloted by squadron leader Callum McDougall, the man who was involved in a diplomatic incident during the Falklands War when he had to land in Brazil, only just made it before the weather closed in. Andrew Blow was on the tarmac to see it arrive.
It's the day aircraft fan Stuart Stephenson's been waiting for a month. The day he gets his very own Vulcan. The Lincoln insurance broker has paid £5,000 for a redundant Vulcan bomber from RAF Waddington, which he's going to leave on permanent loan here at the Newark Air Museum. Stuart, so far so good.
It looks as if he's down, Andy, and he's pulled up as planned. Great stuff.
Now, the runway here is only 3,000 feet, but he hasn't even needed to use all of it to get down.
No, well, he said he didn't think he would do, but he was needing a headwind, and this is what we've got this morning.
No sooner had the plane landed than it and the 700 spectators were enveloped in a furious blizzard.
It's been heart-stopping up to the very moment we're up to now, and it's finally on its dispersal. We had a lot of luck with the weather. We've had a lot of luck with the runway, we've had a lot of luck with the taxiway to get it in here, and then we had a small hiccup just at the last moment, but everything's gone super.
Absolutely fantastic, and I'm just relieved that everything's gone according to plan, and our thanks to everyone who's done so much work, the trackway people who are still hard at work there, all the people who've repaired the runway, swept the runways by hand even. So many people have helped us, and our thanks go to everybody.